So it's time. Season 4. If you have not seen it, honest review is out on the channel. Exactly what I think about the Borderlands combo that we got here and the Season 4 pass and whether or not it is worth your while. So definitely go check that video out. But everybody wants to know where I'm taking the Magician. The Magic Magician build that I have for Season 4, what I believe is the best archetype in PGA Tour 2K25. So I did tweak it for Season 4. I wasn't fully planning on it, but since there are 2 new levels now, there is a Galaxy Opal, which is +9s, and then there is a Dark Matter, which is +10s. Remember, the Galaxy Opal goes in the order for attaching the same fittings on top of each other, +9, +7, +5, +5, and then +4. If you put 5 powers on, or whatever it is, on the Dark Matter, it's going to go +10, +7, +6, +5, and +4. So let's dive on into the build and what we have here for Season 4. Just remember, I am doing this on this site because I do not have all my clubs all the way at the Dark Matter level yet, but I am building in anticipation to get my player to that level. So I will build it on this site. It is free to use, PGA2KLab.com, PGA2KLab.com, L-A-B. So free to use. Come on in here. It's a great tool. It has a wind section as well. Shot skills section. It is just a great tool for you to build your players before you spend your VC. So definitely go and check that out. So here is the build, the Magician build that we are going for. Previously, I had my power at 69. I've reduced it to 65. This is we're maximizing fittings. Doing this, as well as like just kind of adjusting to a couple of different things here. So we'll cover these main attributes and then we'll get into the fittings here in a second. So add 6 to power, 19 to contact is going to get you an 89 starting contact, which is actually a really good spot for power drives. And that is going to be a huge impact for this actual build. Swing path, 82. Correction, 0 to that. I have no issues with swing path. No issues with correction at 53, so no problem there. Shaping, 80. I added all 25 points towards shaping. We'll cover the recovery here in a second as well. Rhythm. This was at 78 before, and I've dropped this down to 71. I'm not really seeing any big difference between 78 and 71. Transition, though, I have seen a massive difference between it at 85 and 75 where I had it recently, and that is simply because of my underswings, my overswings. That extra 2 or 3 yards is the difference maker between landing at the bottom of a hill, the top of a hill, and overshooting, undershooting your number just on that little aspect alone. And that can be a massive difference between rolling off the green and not rolling off the green. So having that transition, hitting that perfect sweet spot with transition is an instrumental, imperative part of this game. So that is why we're going with the higher transition this season. Putt weight, 65. It was at 63 before. We're just adding 2 to contact. We'll talk about that in a second as well. Putt rhythm, 57. Putt path, 60. So we're adding 12 to putt path. We're adding 13 to putt rhythm. Remember what I found, putt rhythm, if your ball is wobbling a lot going towards the hole, that is simply due to putt rhythm. If you want your ball to just be rolling end over end consistently a lot better, you do need a little bit more putt rhythm. So you have to at least get it in the above 60 range. So now let's dive into the fittings here. The fittings are where this build is going to shine. The fittings, we're going to start with the driver. Driver at the top. We're going 3 power, 1 swing path, 1 contact. And I know you're going to look at that power rating, you're going to be like an 88. Like, why are we not maxing out our power at a 99? Well, that is because we need to balance out the rest of the set. And with this, you're going to have an 88 power, which is going to get you 292 yards of carry with your stock driver. So you're going to be carrying it 5 yards shorter than, somebody who's maxed it out. 5 yards, not that big of a deal when it comes down to it. But the benefit of you by doing this is you're going to have a 99 contact and you're going to have a 92 swing path. With that, you should be able to feast on the power drive. Long as you had power drive unlocked from your powerhouse build, you should be able to feast on a power drive and be hitting this pretty extensively in most tournaments. Having a 99 contact, 92 swing path should get you that extra distance you need for this club. It also gives you a nice little middle spot so you never get stuck in between having a driver that's, in the gap of too far and too short. You're going to have both options readily available to you at all times. So, going on, we're doing the woods next. We are going 2 power, 2 swing path, and 1 contact. That's going to get you a 99 contact, a 99 swing path, and an 82 power, which should be able to cover a lot of that ground. And just remember, you're going to cover, you're not going to be needing like super long par 5s, simply because you have such a good power drive on a lot of these abilities. There is a difference between 95 and 99. If you, however, though, find yourself who doesn't need a 99 overall swing path and contact, and you think you can get away with a 95, or you hit your points pretty consistently at a 95, by all means, you don't have to go to these extremes. It's just something that works for me. It's something that works for me, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Build these characters for your abilities. Going on to irons and wedges, we're doing 1 power, 1 contact, 2 swing path, and 1 recovery. This is a huge change up for me, right? So now that we have these plus 10s, I want to maximize the plus 10s to my best ability here. 75 power is plenty of power to get the ball to stop around the greens. Going, by using the recovery instead of another power there, I say it's 7 points, so 82. It's about 3 yards per iron, which, you could get. But in reality, I don't think it is that necessary to get that extra 7 points towards power, get that extra 3 yards, a little bit more stopping power. I don't see that big of a difference. I have not seen that big of a difference. But the big things here, we have 99 contact, 99 swing path, same with the woods, which is fantastic. There is a huge difference between a 75 recovery, an 85 recovery, and a 95 recovery. There is big differences here. So having that 85 recovery gives you the ability to get up and down from bad spots. If you hit a power drive, or maybe you hit the middle of the fairway, but it's a really fast, firm fairway, rolls the ball into the fringe, rolls the ball into the rough, you can still attack these greens as if, there's no penalty. And that is a huge change up for me this season. We're doing the same thing with the wedges. If you feel like you don't even need that plus 10 on the power with the wedges, you can add that to rhythm. You can add that to transition. But I would pretty much kind of keep it there exactly like that. Putter, I want to maximize every single one of these. So I'm putting 1 per attribute. So 1 weight, 1 contact, 1 rhythm, 1 path is going to get you a 75 putt weight, a 58 contact, a 67 rhythm, and a 70 path. Very balanced around here, and that's pretty much what we go for. If you find yourself the ball's not starting on line, I would probably drop that contact one and add it towards putt path. That's kind of where I would go here. I wouldn't flirt around too much with dropping down your putt rhythm, but that's pretty much where we are, and that's how we built it out. As for the actual, shot types, the shot fittings, the tee skills, if we go over here, nothing has changed on this front. Still tee shots, regular, fully maxed out, choked tee shot, maxed out, save the rhythm aspect for the power drive. On the approach shots, we're going choked approach, but we're saving the rhythm. Spinner, saving the rhythm. Skip through the runner section. On the recovery side, we're maxing out the flop. You could apply for the super flop here. I just very rarely use the super flop, and I like having an additional shot type. That's why I have this recovery here. If I ever do want a recovery shot, I want to have that functionality to be able to use it. Splash, doesn't matter if you go power pick or blast. I think power pick could be a little bit more useful, but I don't use either of them. Pick, save the rhythm there. Fully max out your putt, fully max out your chip, skip through the bump and run and the Texas wedge, and fully max out your green reader. And just remember, you got your clubhouse passes all fully maxed out there. And then this season, we are going to have a power iron, which is so important because we're having 99 contact and 99 swing path. We're going to be able to use that power iron shot, a power approach shot throughout this season. And it's so important to have 99.99 so that way you can use that one to your advantage. And that wraps up the build. Do not forget to like, subscribe, check out tomorrow. We're going to do technician, sculptor, go on throughout the whole lines, and we will see you then. Peace.